Website migrations are scary for marketing teams, and honestly, they should be. One small mistake can kill your Google rankings overnight. I've seen companies losing 50% of their traffic after a failed migration. But the migration done right is you keep your rankings, you make your website faster, and your team loves the new CMS. I'm Chris, CEO of PagePro. We migrated over 20 high traffic sites safely to Next.js and Sanity. So if you're stuck on legacy platform or you hit limits your no-code or low-code solution and thinking about migrating to Next.js and Sanity, this video is for you. What can go wrong? So what exactly can go wrong during a migration? Let me break down the 4 biggest mistakes I see. First, missing content. So you're migrating your contents from old website to the new website, but you forget about something. So for example, you had this landing page that was driving you 30% of your MQLs, and now it's gone forever. Or you had this knowledge center that was ranking for hundreds of top of the funnel keywords, and now everything is gone. So remember to migrate all of the contents. The second mistake I see is wrong URLs or missing redirects. You migrated everything from the old website, but now the content is on different URLs than on the previous one. So Google tries to reach the content and see 404. And the same users that have your website in bookmarks or clicked on your social media feed and now they came to 404 error page. The third issue is lost metadata. So you had your well-crafted strategy, all of your SEO work, have perfect titles, descriptions, and all of the meta tags, and now it's gone. Instead of your whole blog post title, you have just blog, or you have everything generated in the same way without any thinking. The fourth mistake I see is bad performance. So you wanted to migrate to Next.js and Sanity because you wanted to have great performance. But after the migration, you see that the website is working slower than previous one and your core web vitals are failing. So this is a failed migration. The bad news is that 4 of those mistakes often came up when it's a bit too late because it's after the release. Fixing them is taking time and it's very expensive. But the good news is that with the right process, you can easily fix that and prevent them. Why our process works? To avoid those mistakes and many other problems, we built our 5-phase migration process. It catches every problem before it happens. So thanks to this process, you have your website faster, SEO ranking secured, and your team loves the new system. We did it for 20 plus high-performing websites. Here, how it works. Phase 1, discovery and planning. In this stage, we are defining the current situation and we are designing the desired situation. The current situation is your current website with current problems. So we are trying to list all of the problems because we want to avoid them in the future. Problems about technical SEO, UX problems, performance problems. We are checking where your current technology stack is limiting you, and we are checking all of the problems that are listed in your technical backlogs. The desired situation is about your goals, objectives for the new websites. So we are setting your goals. To those goals, we are assigning KPIs because we want to be sure that we are going to hit those goals and we can measure it. And also in this stage, we are doing a very deep content audit because we are not just mapping the pages from old website to the new website, but we need to understand the structure, relationships, and internal linking. Phase 2, technical architecture. Once we are clear on project goals and project scope, then we are checking if Next.js and Sanity are the right tools for your needs. If yes, then we are going with the next steps. So we are starting with technical aspects like which Sanity plan is going to work for you. We are checking document limits and API quotas. Then we are checking and listing all of the data sources for your website, because on your website you can display data not just from Sanity as a headless CMS, but data from different systems like PIM systems, so product information management system. So maybe you have list of your products with different language versions, different specifications and files to download. So we're going to integrate that with the Next.js frontend. Maybe you have some external tools you want your website to be integrated, like Algolia for search, or Stripe for checkout, or HubSpot as your CRM. Then we are starting the architecture. With the architecture, the first step is about content sanity schema. We want to structure the content in a way that is easy to edit for you and performant for the website, and also easy to read for the bots and of course final users. Then we are deciding on a Next.js rendering strategy, because some of the contents can be static and very performant, and maybe some of the contents and pages needs to be dynamic. So we are checking which works the best. Of course, we are doing the list of integrations for the website, like I mentioned Stripe, for example. One of the last steps of the architecture and the plan is setting up performance goals. So usually we are pointing to sub 2 seconds for page load and having all pages green in core web vitals. So after this stage, you have the full scope, the full timeline, and the full plan for execution. Phase 3, development and migration. Now we actually built your website. We are starting with our boilerplate called Nexity, so Next.js plus Sanity. And this boilerplate is already built with some advanced features like SEO optimization, performance optimization, optimization for AI robots, and it has great editing experience for you and your team. Thanks to that, you have very solid base from the day one. Then we are implementing all of the custom features for your website. So we are doing integrations, we are building all of the pages, all of the layouts, and usually we are developing a page builder that helps you design new landing pages without any developer help. The next step is doing the migration. So of course we are making sure everything is migrated, and not just the content, but also we are keeping relationships and internal linking between different content types or data types. The migration contains different steps, and we need to avoid some mistakes, and the most tricky part is when we are migrating some rich text fields from the old website that was generated with some visual page builder. So we want to migrate it and display it in a correct way. In the same time, we are making sure that SEO is in a good place, the URL structure is okay, or we are updating the URL structure with adding redirects. We are generating structured data for Google and for AI search. We are generating sitemap, robots.txt, and this year every site we release also contains LLM's txt file. After this stage, you have the website working on staging environment with all your contents migrated. It's SEO optimized. It has implemented new designs, and it's ready for the next stage, that is a testing stage. Phase 4, testing and validation. In this stage, we want to make sure that we'll find every problem and any issue before your final customers and before Google spot them. We are checking 4 things. One thing is we're making sure that all of the pages are rendering correctly on all of the devices and browsers that we agree on. The second is we're checking if all of the URLs are working. So if we updated the URL structure, we also make sure that the redirects are in place. The third is technical SEO optimization validation. So we are checking if all of the structured data, metadata, sitemap, robots, LLMs, text files are correctly generated. And the fourth is validation of speed and performance metrics. So we're checking if the website is faster than the previous one and we are hitting your performance goals. So the website is prepared. This is a very good time to train your team with using Sanity, using the preview and explaining how the deployment works. So this is when we sit with your team and we are helping to edit the content. As you can see, the whole website is prepared and tested, and this is also a very good time to involve your SEO agency. So if you work with the SEO agency, they can check the staging environment, crawl with different tools, and make sure that our technical SEO optimization is in the same way and standards that they wanted to have for the new website. Phase 5, launch and monitoring. We are doing 3 things before the release. First is the content freeze. So we are asking your editing team to stop doing any updates on the old website because we need to migrate the final part of the content. The second thing is to update DNS settings, and this is before switching the DNS. Thanks to that, we'll be able to change DNS settings without waiting to be refreshed for the final user. And the third thing at this stage is preparing a rollback plan. We want to make sure that if anything goes wrong, we can easily in minutes switch to the old website if needed. And then there's a release. So we are switching DNS and your new website is live. But we need to make sure it's working correctly. So we are doing daily and hourly monitoring. We are checking Google Search Console because there you can spot some issues with technical SEO. We can also check how the robots are crawling the website. We are using Versal Analytics to check the real-time performance metrics, and we're using Sentry to find any bugs and problems on the website. Also in this time we are in a urgent mode, so if you have any problems with editing of the website, we are here to help. So after this stage your website is working correctly and we can lower the response rate for our monitoring. So we are checking that hourly on the beginning, and then we are switching to weekly checkings and then monthly checkings. What you actually gain? Thanks to the right tools and right process, you have the website released. And the website is a very performant website, is SEO optimized, it's also optimized for AI tools like Perplexity, ChatGPT or Grok. It's a secure website, you have all pages green in Core Web Vitals metrics, and your team is happy with your new CMS and editing workflow. So thanks to this process and thanks to this technology stack, you are well positioned for the future and implementing new features. If you're planning a migration, let's talk. We're going to assess your current site and migration risks. We're going to create a detailed plan with time and cost estimation, and we are going to tell you what to do to keep your SEO during the migration. Book a free consultation. The link is in the description. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and see you next time.